All right, so let's get into the playoff picture with our NBA champion and Coach of the Year, Avery Johnson. Coach, obviously the Rudy Gobert thing is where we want to start, not traveling with the T-Wolves as they play the Lakers on Tuesday. Your reaction to this news here?
Oh, I'm not surprised that he was suspended for this first game. That punch to Kyle Anderson was totally unacceptable. It was caught in plain daylight. You cannot punch your teammate. You can disagree with them. You can have strong conversation, but you cannot physically punch your teammate. It's unacceptable. I fortunately was calling the game on Saturday in Austin, Texas, where the Spurs played Minnesota. And man, Minnesota looked amazing. They scored 151 points. They looked like they were primed for the playoffs. Karl Anthony Towns was playing well. You know, this was a team, you know, during that game that made 24 threes. They were 24 for 43 from the three-point line. I didn't see any issues on the court, in the huddles. They looked like a team that was just trying to get their rhythm to get ready for the playoffs. So to come the next night and have this escalation or verbal disagreement that ended up to a physical punch, that was totally unacceptable. And I'm not surprised that Rudy Gobert is not traveling with his team to Los Angeles.
As we mentioned off the top, I mean, you're an NBA Coach of the Year. So when you see something like that, Coach, I mean, how would you have handled something like that?
Yeah, definitely would have sent him back to the locker room. You saw Taurean Prince grab him in that video. He was very disappointed. And then you're in a situation where, you know, another guy who's so frustrated on the team, you know, he breaks his hand, you know, who's, you know, relies on his defense to guard LeBron James. So totally unacceptable. And I'm talking about McDaniels is the guy that broke his hand, and now he's out for the season.
So, Coach, how do you... Sorry, Coach. How do you bring a team like that together? Like now you're starting the play-in, right? You're going up against the Lakers. You're trying to get to the playoffs proper. I mean, as a coach, how would you bring this team together and try to get them all moving in the right direction?
Yeah, well, the first thing is you have a conversation with Karl Anthony Towns because he's the best player on the team. Obviously, he's been out the whole year. You talk to Towns and you talk to Mike Conley Jr., who's in his, 15th, 16th year. They're going to have to galvanize this team. This is when player-led teams function the best because the coach can only do so much. So he's going to have to find two lieutenants, two generals on that team to really talk to the rest of the team and enforce this message of, hey, we got to stick together. Even if there's a disagreement, let's not take it to a point where it's going to escalate into a fight. We got to go to LA and play some defense and make some shots. You got to play defense without your rim protector and Rudy Gobert. You may have to mix it up and play some zone, but you got to go to those two guys on the team and have some real deep, strong conversations with them to get your message across to the rest of the team.
Yeah, and the thing's not getting easier. I mean, they're going up against a team that's been the best in basketball since the All-Star break in the Lakers. I mean, last year the T-Wolves beat the Clippers in the play-in. So now when you look at this situation, I mean, now they're going for the LA double, but I mean, Coach, you gotta think the Lakers are liking where things are going with the T-Wolves right now.
Yeah, the Lakers should be heavy favorites in this game. They've been, you know, obviously a good team since the trade and brought in, you know, D'Angelo Russell, who played for Minnesota. LeBron James is playing at a high level, but at the end of the day, this is really all about Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis plays the way he's been playing over the last 2 weeks or so, inside out, rebounding the basketball, defending. The Lakers have a better assemble of support cast around LeBron and Anthony Davis. They rebounding the ball well. They're defending at a very high level. Davis is doing a job of blocking shots at the rim. So this is a game where the Lakers should be the favorites, and I would be very surprised if they don't beat Minnesota in this play-in game.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.